before I get into it, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about how it looks a bit different. As you know, before, behind me was all like trees and everything. That is still here. It's behind the camera this time now. I used to have to literally get my computer desk out from the wall, twist it all round, get my chair behind it, bring it all back so you'd have that as a backdrop. So I was thinking that's a lot of like effort on my part, and it's a lot of time to clear up and get all set up with the lights and stuff. So I looked at some other kinds of wallpaper, and that's what you can see behind me now. I've got some like brick effect wallpaper put up, and then obviously the Philips Hue lights as well. I'm still playing around with it all, still got a long way to go to try and get it to look how I want. I need to make a new bed and stuff like that, but it should look okay for these live streams anyway. And then when I'm doing like the podcast as well, I can just stream like this rather than having to move everything around. It's absolutely red hot in here now as well. I've got my blind down, I've got all these lights on, it's just not great. But anyway, let's crack on with it. This is indeed While the Glue Dries. Every Friday I'm going to try and stream like this and just share what's caught my eye this week. I can see we've got Al out in the chat and Danny, and we've got Dave the Wood Barber. Great to see you guys. Right, so first up, if the scene transfers, there we go. First up, we've got Temple Boy Turnings. He's been doing some charity auctions for the past couple of years. I think 2017 was the first one, and it's Makers Make It Matter. And basically the concept behind it is content creators, makers, people who watch and subscribe and all that good stuff could get involved and make things to offer up to be auctioned off to raise money for charity, which is always a great thing to do. But I think he's going to be making it a more of a reoccurring thing. So there's links down in the description. Go and check it out. It'll take you to Steve's website, Temple Boy Turnings, and you can read all about it. As you can see, it should be showing up now. You can see all the details, and you can get signed up and register if you'd like to be a maker that donates things for the auctions. This first one is going to be for, let me get it right, Curing Friends. So that's the first one that I'm actually going to be helping out. It says in there that he's going to be choosing all different charities from lots of different countries as well. So I think he had a bit of difficulty with the first one that he did, whereas there was different legalities he had to get involved with over different borders and different territories. So he's going to be doing a different one each time, which I think it's going to be a lot easier on their part, and I think be able to help a lot more people. But also getting involved with it as well is Make It Self with her mini makers. So if you're under the age of 18 and you'd like to make something to offer up for auction and get involved, there's a separate registration page for you. I'm sure Self will be doing a video about it and getting it all shared out there. But as you can see, really nice and simple to get signed up. All the information to the mini makers registration is linked down in the description as well, so make sure you go and check that out, and check out the channels as well, because they do some great stuff, and I really can't wait to see what they all come out with this. Who else we got out in the chat? We got Claire out there, we got Robert Evans. Great to see you guys. Jeff is trying to say that I should go topless, but I think he's saying that to me anyway. I might get a bit more viewers then, eh? Could go viral. Anyway, that's enough of that. Next up, we've got Claire, who I've just mentioned out in the chat from Making It Out to the Woods. Now, she has made a fantastic wall light, as you can see. Perfect place to start the video. But she's making a Jurassic World wall light. Now the movie's just going to be coming out. I think it might already be out now, but if you've seen the original Jurassic Park, it's fantastic. It's a cult classic, and of course with the new Jurassic World series, it's all brought it back to the forefront. And she has made this amazing Jurassic World light. I'm going to stop it there. You can get the gist of it. MDF and resin, so as you can see that looks like stone, and she's got the resin inside the lettering. Got a great tip how she actually put the resin in the lettering as well, so it's worth it for that one. Got some great humour in it as always. It's linked down below in the description. Go and check it out, give it a like, get subscribed, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Fantastic projects coming from Claire. Next up we got Dave G Designs. Now Dave is another maker that I actually met at Makers Central. Great to see him, and he's got a video out making a purple heart dish, and it's fantastic to see just from blank all the way through the process to the finished dish. And as you know, purple heart, it's an absolutely beautiful wood, and as soon as you put the finish on and the colour really pops, as you can see there, it's just a beautiful dish, and it's something that I'd really like to give a go for myself. I've never made a bowl or anything like that, and I want to try and get back into using the lathe. I've used it a couple of times. It's like up in the corner in my workshop, so watching turning channels is something I'm really looking into more and more. So make sure you check out Dave. As always, link down in the description, get subscribed and all that good stuff. Got Shane out in the chat. Are you alright, mate? Great to see. Hopefully it's still working okay. this is what I mean with these live streams. I just wish I could trust it, just click and start and go. But anyway, it's working now. Next up, we got Lowe's Joinery, and he's made a toy box, and he actually goes through the entire process of how he's made this toy box. Nice and simple construction, pocket holes and MDF, and he's routed some nice detailing into the sides as well. Local lad as well, local to the Midlands, and he adds some personalisation with letters, and his craft really shines through when he does his spraying. He's got loads of tips and tricks when it comes to spraying different projects and stuff, so make sure you check out his channel. There'll be a link down in the description. As always, get subscribed, all that good stuff. He's got plenty of tips that he's sharing all the while, and he's making more and more videos now as well, so it's great to see what he comes up with from there. Lastly, in kind of like the bits that have been getting me inspired this week, it's Slap Stuff Together. Now they've made a bandsaw box, and it's got a family crest on it, which is what's really made it stand out to me. At the beginning, Heidi does a talk about like family and knowing where your ancestors came from and passing on the craft to future generations, and it's just really nice to hear. As you can see some footage there of like a jousting tournament kind of thing, but the box, it turns out beautiful, all little intricate pieces as you can see there. Just see that oil go on. Lovely stuff. That's down in the description. As always, check it out, get subscribed, like it, everything. It's fantastic to watch. Some great techniques involved, and just an all-round really nice video to watch. So that's enough of the inspired parts. Let's have a look at some of the contests that's going on. And like I mentioned last week, it's the Next Generation Maker Challenge being put on by KK Make. That's Carol. Great stuff. Make sure you go over, check the video out. He goes into all the details about what you need to do to get entered, all the prizes that are up for grabs. It's basically anybody who's no more than 16 years old, get them involved in making, share what you get up to, and you're mentored in. Like I say, go over, check them out, like all that good stuff. Next up, we've got Mano Mano with the amazing Making Of project. Again, I did mention this last week, and this is like amazing projects is the only real simple way to talk about what them after. They give some examples down below of like a jetpack and a giant water slide and robots and tiny house, as you can see. They'll be travelling all around the country and stuff like that, so it's really projects that go above and beyond. There's £5,000 worth of tools up for grabs, and they're going to come and film with a winner as well, which is, it's great to see. But that's linked down below. I did say that I've got an idea for it, but I don't think I'm actually going to enter now. But it'll be great to see what everybody else comes up with. Of course, I'll be showing all my support to get it shared round as ever. Mano, they're a great company. They've really helped out this community a hell of a lot. And it was great to meet the guys at Makers Central as well. So go and show them your support. Go and check them out. See what they're about. Well worth looking into. Another contest that's going on is Tool Make 2018. Now this is being put on by Mitch Peacock from Made in Wood. He's been running this again. I think it's been a couple of years he's been doing this. Great competition. It's basically all you got to do is to make a tool. Now it's a tool in the broadest sense of the word. Anything that can be used as a tool is viable for an entry, and he's got some fantastic prizes being put up. All the details are on his website. He's got a couple of videos out on his YouTube channel which are linked as well on his website, so make sure you check those out. It's linked down below. I wish I could get involved. I don't think I'm going to quite be able to get something done in time. He's putting playlists out on the 1st of August, so it's getting close. I think he's still got a month to enter around that time. Yeah, it's going to be closing on the 31st of July, so it's still plenty of time for you to get involved. And I've just basically click my camera. I do apologise, but yeah, it's fantastic as always. I love Mitch's channel, great detail, fantastic work he puts out, so make sure you check that out. Who else have we got out in the chat? We got Ian's blog, and we got TJ out there. Henry, you're right guys, thanks for all tuning in. I think we got 27 people watching, and we've got the Redsmith. No worries, you ain't late, trust me. I tried to get this started at 7 and it just wasn't having any of it. It wasn't working. Let's click translate for a change. We've got Maker Fair Hanover, which is one of the first events that I'm going to be talking about. I've actually booked up a hotel to go to this. Now I don't speak a word of German, that's why I've just had to click translate. Never been to Germany, so I don't know how I'm going to fare, but I know there's a bunch of other people going, and I'm literally just going to act as a tag along. I just want to see what's involved, what's going on, and I just can't wait, to be honest. It's going to be a weekend in September. Let's get the exact dates for you, because I've kind of totally messed this up. It is the 15th and the 16th of September, so it's like a great weekend to get the family over there if you can do. If you've got plans around that date, sorry, but the prices that I've seen for the hotels are very reasonable, and really similar to the prices you get over here on an industrial estate. I think it's cost me like £200, which, considering like that's going to Germany, the hotels and stuff, I mean it's a lot of money for a weekend, but it's great to actually meet the people there and see what's going on and just get involved. Really, it was great at Maker Central meeting everyone, so I just want to kind of keep up these kind of events. If I can make it to them, I really want to go. There's another event in September that's closer to home, and that's Screwfix Live. That's on the 28th and the 30th of September, so it's a couple of weeks after the Maker Fair in Hanover over in Germany, and this one is being held in Farnborough, so a lot closer to home in the UK. This is more of like a trade event, so there's a lot less in terms of crafts, but it's going to be a huge event. It's meant to be one of the best events in the UK, to be honest, Screwfix Live. So I've never been to one, I'm looking forward to it. I should be there, I'm hoping I'm going to be there. It's just one of those things, I can never be 100% sure, but I should be there and I should be alright. Got Sean out in the chat, glad you found the new one. Sean was actually hanging about on the other stream that I was doing, and it was just a nightmare. I was thinking, can he hear me, or is this even working? But glad this is working now. Still kind of being on the theme of events, we got the podcast that I'm part of, Makers International Podcast. Last week we had Jason McGinn on joining us. He's going to be taking like a seat on the podcast more regularly. He's going to be filling in for Alan while Alan's busy with work and stuff. So it's great to have Jason on the podcast, fantastic guy. And this week we're going to be interviewing Peter Brown from Shoptime. So as you know, Peter Brown does a lot of different things with resin and all that kind of stuff. He's a fantastic wood turner as well. So to get him on the podcast and to be able to ask him a bunch of questions, it's going to be a great night. So if you can make it, it's 9:30 UK time. We go live over on YouTube. It's all linked on the website, linked down below in the description, and then it's taken down, edited and re-uploaded for release around 9 o'clock on Wednesday night to have like as a regular podcast. It'll be on iTunes, SoundCloud, all those kind of platforms that you would get a podcast on. It'll be there, but it's a great laugh just to sit and have a chat with the other guys. So if you haven't seen it before, make sure you check it out. You just might like it. Getting towards the end now, guys, and I just want to say a massive thank you to my Patreon supporters. Really does mean a hell of a lot to me, guys. Honestly, it helps out a real lot with everything that I have to do on this channel, helping with buying materials and fancy lights. As you can see, it really does help out. And I've actually got, if this works properly, a new supporter this week, and that is Richard. So thank you very much, Richard, for your support. I really appreciate it, mate. And just as you can see on screen, these are my other Patreon supporters. It does mean a lot to me, guys. Can't begin to thank you all enough. Got those new rewards set up as well now. So I've got some like stickers and little branded things going out, and even my projects for some of the higher levels. So really great to get involved with everyone over there. And always, I don't know what I'm doing now. How do I close this? That's better. But yeah, it's great to like share what I'm up to over there in more detail, because I kind of like share sneak peeks on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, but to be able to get their opinion and their input on what I'm doing really helps out a hell of a lot. Let's go back to my main camera now. So let's just have a look in the chat if I've missed anything really, if anyone's got any questions or anything. We got Rob's Woodshop out in the chat. Here's a question I'll throw out to you guys, if you can hear me okay. This wall that I've got here now, that's like brick wallpaper, it needs something in the middle, and I was thinking that maybe a couple of shelves could look nice. Just put up some of the smaller things that I make to display on. I'm thinking maybe a little like fake plant to get some greenery colour on there, or I was thinking like maybe a big piece, like maybe a big carved logo, or I've got one of those scratch maps where you scratch off the different destinations that you've been to around the world, but it's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. A project that I've got in mind is to actually make a frame for it, but I think it might be like dwarfed. I need to get my positioning right. There we are. I think it would be dwarfed on the wall if I put it up there. So what do you guys think? Do you think that a like simple couple of shelves, just like one longer, one shorter, staggered, could look nice as a background? A big logo, Wolves logo. I like Gerald's idea of the LED sign, because I was thinking like my average Joe's logo, I could even like cut it out on the vinyl cutter to make it look like graffiti, or I could carve it out of MDF and make it like, I don't know, metal or something, make it look. Yeah, we got Shane saying a big average Joe logo, my logo. I could. What about if I had it where it could be like hung up easily and taken down if I wanted to change it up every now and again? Maybe have shelving there, and then I could hook my logo onto a shelf. I don't know. But lighting is a big deal. I mean, I've got this like little light that's on my bed now, and that's that Philips Hue panel light that I made. But I'm thinking I'd like to make a wall sconce on the wall that's being hidden behind the chat, which would be up here, like the sconces that they have on the wall. And I was thinking of doing it with plywood, like layering up the plywood and creating angled pieces to it. I think that could look nice. A disco ball. I don't know about that, Rob. Poster of Tony Roller, yeah. That would get more viewers out. Yeah. Big LED logo, Lee saying. I think definitely food for thought there. Got Rob saying to put a big crack in the wall, like on Doctor Who with the lights. Now that, have you seen those like the cheap lights that have got the Marvel superheroes? So it would have like the Iron Man mask, the Hulk fist that lights up, and then they do like the vinyl cracks on the wall. That could be something good. That could be like, I could have my logo half, like as if my logo, because it's a saw blade, my logo, as if it's been thrown into the wall and it's just like part showing. Now that's an idea. Maybe LED backlit. So this is why I like just throwing ideas out to people, because then I get all this feedback instantly. Chuck it down, nailed to the wall. Okay, no one else saying like it was good throwing out the ideas, it kind of stopped being good at that one. Perspex or steel logo with LED lights behind. I like that one. That's the wood barbers just throwing that one out there. Hopefully this is what I like to see as well, by having the live chat up on the screen when this is finished being live and I'm like looking off to the side and I'm referring to what people are saying. You can see now that there is actually people that I'm commenting and actually giving suggestions. Got plenty going on. Anyway, I'm probably talking on and rambling for far too long, like I always do. I think I've been going for... That can't be right. No, that's not... Oh, 19 minutes. Sorry, guys. Right, I'm going to say Torora a bit, because this has been going on for ages. I do apologise for the starting and stopping of streams. If you was getting notifications, I can only apologise, but I know what's happened to YouTube now. So hopefully next week, 7 o'clock, Friday, UK time, I should be live with no issues. Fingers crossed. So thank you all for watching, and I will hopefully see you all next